All right, testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. We are good to go. Hey everyone, hope you guys all had a fantastic Thanksgiving while you were enjoying that turkey or ham or whatever you guys were eating. Bitcoin also had a very good day, and it's following what we talked about a few days ago here, which is great news because I love when we see a pattern that happens a lot and it's starting to happen again, which means we may see Bitcoin hit $100,000 sometime around Monday or Tuesday, maybe Thursday at the latest. But the way we're going right now, we're still doing pretty well. Crucial time is coming up right now so we can make another higher low, but we're going to be breaking down all of that information and news today while we're talking about Bitcoin plus a lot of altcoins. XRP is doing great. Also talking about my open positions. I haven't showed them to you guys for a while. They've been kind of up, down, all around. Overall, doing good. Still have some negative positions that are really pissing me off, but we'll have to talk about those because some of the things I thought were going to make me the most money have basically been doing nothing for me. And some of the stuff that I thought wasn't going to do so much money, but I just wanted to buy it just in case, some of those have really been taken off here. So it's been a real good treat so far. So before we get started here, happy to see you, R. Lake. Happy to see you, Bullish, Hoover, Oof. Please look at Riot Stock. My life depends on this manner. If your life depends on the stock, my man, that means you invested way too much capital into it. All right, but here's Loki. He's going to enjoy it. Say hi. He had a bunch of turkey today, so he shouldn't be getting many treats, but look how nice he is kind of being. As he ignores me for the treat. Okay. Oh, see, he was so nice about it, though. See, he's learned some patience over the last few days, especially as last night he was trying to get free turkey. A lot of free turkey, free stuffing, free ham, and some other goodies I guess I had in my to-go bag from my grandparents' house. But anyway, let's get started, everybody. Hope you guys are all having a good day, as like I said before. Jermaine, GT, happy to see all of you guys here, and Brock as well. So, this is going to be a little bit of a slower stream today. I know we're going to be talking until about 6:30, I say. But let's just kind of focus on what's been happening here. Because I think we forget about this sometimes. And oops, I was making another video today. I had that in the wrong spot. Look at what's been happening over the last 30 days here. Bitcoin is up 33%, basically 34%. Ethereum is up 35%. Solana is up 37%. XRP, I don't know how long I've talked to you guys about me just buying and holding this piece, which once piece of crap, now glorious token from the gods. But now in the last 30 days, it is up 244%. But even more importantly, in a year to date, it's up around 192%. So we are seeing a good movement all of a sudden, and I love when that happens. Now, BNB's up around 9% during the last 30 days, up 100% in the last year to date. Not really seeing much movement from BNB, to be honest here. So I never really owned it too much because I was always afraid of what may happen with, Binance and all the law stuff, but it's there. Dogecoin is up 146% in the last 30 days, up 369% year to date. Out of the top 10 tokens, I think it's performing the best here, which is kind of crazy, specifically since so many people were mad at Dogecoin just a year ago, just a couple years ago. People were very pissed off with Dogecoin, but now all of a sudden, those people are buying back in because they're FOMOing, like, oh my God, will Dogecoin hit $1? I better get in now so I can get that money, right? Now, ADA is up 200%, AVAX is up 70%, Tron is only up 20%, Toncoin is up 29%, Stellar up 464%, and Shiba here, guys, Shiba's only up 40%. Part of me has to believe that Shiba is going to have a pretty big rally here pretty soon. Maybe I'll make a dedicated video where I'm just kind of explaining my rationale for this, but, and Shiba usually kind of has a random breakout point where it just goes parabolic, right? I'm just dollar cost averaging Shiba right now just to make sure that when it does go parabolic, I have enough of it so where when it does pop, I'm able to take all that profit out at once, have a huge stack of cash, and do whatever I want with it. Shiba Inu is something you can also dollar cost average, but it depends on when you guys started dollar cost averaging, right? If you guys just started last week, it may take some time to build it up. We may see Shiba have a big breakout here fairly soon, but we'll have to talk about it a little later. But again, we're seeing a lot of stuff. There are a few things that are down, but to be honest, Popcat down 21%. Year to date, of course, it's still doing amazing. Helium down 5%, Monero down 1%, DAI, that's a stable coin. Stablecoin. Then after that, everything else is doing pretty well. So again, Chances are, if you've been dollar cost averaging over the past few months and you've been holding, you do see yourself making some good money here. And before we hop over to Bitcoin very fast, just kind of a quick little update here on some of the meme coins. You're going to see last 30 days, a lot of these meme coins are green, but some of them are still red, right? Some of them are red. Especially my Turbo. You guys know I've been really hoping for Turbo to make a big move, and I'll break that down in a second. It's just not been moving as much as I want to. Let me go over here to memes and AI, right? Popcat not doing good. Cats in a Dog New World, pretty much unch right here. Rose fine. Book of Meme up. Turbo down, right? Department of Government Efficiency up. Dog up. RLC up. Sundog is fine. Meh. Follows up. Mirror is doing okay, but not great. Heart is down. Toshi is up. Milady's up. Hoppy is down. And Pinot is up quite a bit here. So again, mixed bag for sure right now. I'm hoping that some of these continue to have reversals, but man, take a look at this. A few weeks ago, back when everything was kind of going all a little bit more bumpy, I was up around $800. I think at the highest it was around $1,300 over the past few weeks. But now, because altcoins have started to come back up here a little bit more, now we have a total unrealized profit of around $2,600. And about 700 of that has been realized. So I've scaled. Well, I scaled out. You guys know I've been scaling out. I've scaled out of some, and I have some locked in profit here, which is, it's good. Now, is the fact that I scaled out meaning that I'm not making as much gains as I could have if I would have held? Yes, but I still have $700 a lot of profit locked in, which of course I need for Black Friday. One of the cool things here today, if you guys didn't see my post on YouTube, was like many of you guys, I use TradingView for my trading, right? And then if you guys do use TradingView, you guys should definitely get the Black Friday deal on tradingview.com. I got a link down below. Yes, I do make a commission off of it, but it's like a really good expense here. Now, it's going to cost you $212 unless you guys have state taxes like me. So mine ended up coming out to $239.31. I did it on PayPal here. But yeah, really good deal. If you guys haven't gotten out already, I think it literally ends tonight. I think technically tomorrow the Cyber Monday deal starts, so we'll see. But if you guys, honestly, if you guys haven't seen it just yet, it'll look like this. Black Friday sale, it ends in 6 hours, 29 minutes, and 44 seconds. Boom, look at that. Basically, this is something different from last year, I think. If you guys already have a premium account, there's going to be a button that says extend, right? Extend right here. Now, I already extended it, but I was thinking of, can I do it like for 36 months, 48 months? Can I just have this for years in case inflation gets them up the price? I was just kind of curious about that. But I already hit extend. I paid for it. It's great. I have TradingView for another 14 months, I think, right here. So things looking pretty good here. So if you guys haven't done it already, or you guys forgot, this is going to be it. The only other thing I bought for Black Friday was, I think, a Stanley cup thing, midnight blue or something like that. It looked kind of cool. I'll be drinking it here shortly whenever it gets here. It ships in like 18 days, so we'll see. But anyway, that's kind of what's going on here as far as the market. One last thing here. ZoomX portfolio as well. We are up about $1,000, $998 right now. A little change above that. But the biggest gain that we have from a cash position right now is I bought Bitcoin, Sheeb, Sundog, Chess, Moodang, Deep, and Goat. Goat's up 436%, right? But the biggest gain as far as cash is Bitcoin, because I put a lot more money in Bitcoin. Bitcoin is up 389% right now for us, which is a good move. Sheeb is up 339%. Pretty similar, actually. Sundog is up 100%. Chess is up 349%. Moodang is up 737%. Deep is up 9.23%, not much at all. And then Goat is up 431%. So we are seeing some nice moves. Some of the tokens that I have been buying, I know we've been talking about this for a while now. PYR blew up out of nowhere. It's up 500%, basically 478%. But it came down fairly hard over the last few days, and it hit one of my stop losses. And was it on this account? No, it was on another account. I have multiple accounts with all this stuff. But it fell down about 26%, and man, that was a rough. But now all of a sudden it's back up. This is a longer term hold for sure. That probably would have stopped most of you guys out, or let's say some of you guys out. But again, It almost looks like I should do another round of scaling out, and that brings us to Bitcoin, because PYR is up 476%, Arbitrum is up 257. Again, these are all leverage positions. XRP is up 1,000% right now after that crazy move today and the rest of last week. World Token finally started to move, finally up 536%. Fetch AI is up 400%. GOAT is up 368%. Render is up 700%. Render took a little bit of time to get going here, but I mean, once it did get going, it's been grinding higher and higher and higher. Not many tokens have continued to make high after high after high over the past few weeks, right? The downside to all this is Turbo. I bought Turbo. It's been doing nothing. I'm going to dollar cost average some more into it right now, to be honest. I'm just going to do a market order. Not market order. Let me just go here. I'm just going to buy another 300 bucks worth. Maybe 500 bucks worth. Yeah, 500 bucks worth. Go long. I know this one isn't working out in my favor, but I'm still going to do it here. I'm going to open a long, move my average down just a little bit, and I am hoping that eventually Bitcoin is going to manage to break out of this trend, or something, not Bitcoin, Turbo's going to break out of this trend, and we'll go parabolic. I'm hoping for that. I really am hoping for that. I'm going to keep this position open for a while. I think my ultimate stop loss for this one, if it doesn't work and doesn't go my way, I think my stop loss should probably be around here at 0.006. I was thinking about 0.0047, but it seems like too much of a loss to take on this type of thing, especially when everything else is doing great. I'd rather not play with fire here and lose some money on this one, lose too much money when I've already been making good money on everything else. So that's one thing there. And the reason we've been talking about this, as far as like an opportunity to go higher and stuff, is, remember, not yesterday because I didn't stream, but the day before yesterday, actually could have been like 3 days ago too, we were talking about how we like to see, this was Wednesday, yeah, Wednesday. We were talking about how Bitcoin could possibly go through this typical pattern we see where it dips, it comes back down, it makes a new trend line that we scribble around for a little bit, and then it goes back up. Now, today's a big day. We could obviously just break out and go sky high here. Rarely does that happen, so I'm not really predicting that it is, but you could definitely see Bitcoin come down a little bit over the next few days, so just be prepared for that. But I'm not going to panic so much because of a few different factors here, which really makes this a little bit more tricky than I'm explaining it. But in theory, the way I see Bitcoin playing out over the next few days is we make a lower high, or a higher low, right? We break out sometime next week, and that breakout pushes us above $100,000. That's what my theory is right now. So over the next few days, as Bitcoin comes down, I'm going to try to do a little bit more dollar cost averaging, a little bit more frequently than I might otherwise would, just to kind of have some positions open. Not necessarily with leverage, but just having more tokens, more spot tokens, okay? So think of any of the exchanges I talk about, like Weeks, BYDFi, ZoomX, stuff like that. But also your Coinbases, your Crypto.coms, your Robinhoods, stuff like that works just fine too. However, there may be a scary moment that happens sometime this weekend where, if you were to zoom in on this chart, you guys also see that there's a 20-day moving average here. Usually when we come into play with this, it gets pretty volatile. Usually, just even close to this is where we get volatile. Last time, however, when we did make the move and we tapped and broke down below this 20-day moving average, we didn't really pay a price or anything. And I'm wondering if this is just because the weekly chart during that time was fairly bullish, right? Bullish, bullish, bullish. When we did have that dip over here, it really didn't have too big of an effect. So I'm just curious to see how that's going to play. It might have even already happened right over here too, right as that week was changing over. So I do have some worries about it, but mostly I think I'm just kind of getting more excited. If you guys are looking for any reason to be concerned or worried about Bitcoin, you're like, damn, what do? I have a lot of profit. Which I do, if this happens. I would just say, hey, be careful if Bitcoin does break down below the support level we were talking about a few days ago. That'd be 90,900. Not many people were talking about this level for some reason. I know it took me a little bit of time to put up a Fibonacci level. I was like, this makes sense. It's a good level of resistance, but watch out for that 90,900. It could become a huge level of support where maybe we just have a descending triangle and we don't end up with a channel that breaks down again, right? So at worst, I'm hoping if we do dip down, it'll be something like this, dip, then rip type of effect, not like a higher lows, but maybe we just bottom up here, it turns into a double bottom, and then we break out and again hit over $100,000. So that's kind of my theory of where Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is going right now. Obviously, as Bitcoin's still consolidating here, that's fine. I know everybody's been freaking out, but we're fine, right? Ethereum still going strong. Solana still doing okay. We talked about it getting rejected up here and possibly coming back down here to the fib, making a higher low. Same type of move as Bitcoin, honestly. So far, it's been, I would say it's been okay. I mean, if I go over here to the 4-hour chart, I know my lines are kind of scribbly here. We got up here. We sat for a second. Again, my timing wasn't perfect, but we sat up here. And now we're possibly going back down, possibly seeing this breakdown right here, right? So I'm hoping for those types of moves because I want to be able to buy a little bit cheaper and before a potential really strong move from Bitcoin. I don't know when that's going to happen, if it's even going to happen, but that's kind of the way I'm treating the market right now, okay? So everything else, you know, Dogecoin, this is the daily chart here. Still doing fine, still grinding up. I mean, Dogecoin has been doing freaking fantastic here. Whiff, not as good as I want it to be. Bonk, better yesterday, but not so much today. Right, Miro. Meme coins are still struggling a little bit, but relative to where they were, they're still outpacing a lot of other different cryptocurrencies, right? But I think what I wanted to explain to you guys right now, it was going to be XRP because XRP is just going crazy. Now, granted, I don't really do much trading on XRP. Whenever I've talked about this, whenever you guys have asked me questions about, you know, how to trade XRP, swing trading, or like should long-term invest, I've always just told you guys I like to dollar cost average into it. I like to buy and hold and like to wait for those types of moves. And that's kind of how I still prefer it. I've dollar cost averaged this for such a long time now. I stopped dollar cost averaging I think like a year ago because it just was doing nothing. But I've been holding it for like, I don't know, like years. I mean like years and years. But again, now it's starting to make me some profit. You know, is it as high as I want it to be for the cycle? No, of course not. But I mean, look at that. This is the weekly chart. This is XRP. It's been doing fantastic. I think for the next few months, I'm really hoping we can make a bigger move. I'm still kind of thinking about what I want to do with XRP, to be honest, guys. Part of me wants to scale out like a cool 20% of the entire position I've been accumulating for years right now. Okay. Other part of me just wants to have a stop loss around maybe like $1.40. And then just if it hits the stop loss, we're done. I'll shave off 50% of all the XRP I have. And then, you know, if it goes up higher after that, that's fine. For the rest of that XRP, I'll basically hold it until the next market cycle because I do think XRP is primed for good stuff. It's just always been hard to time this because it doesn't necessarily make the crazy all-time highs like we see in the past, but there's been trickling out of good information as far as bureaucracies and you know, SECs and the state version of SEC is coming out, right? And I think XRP is going to have a lot of good publicity coming out fairly soon, and that's just going to make it a little bit easier for this sucker to go higher and higher and higher. But if you guys have just now, like if you guys are new to XRP and you're like, I never bought that because it never did anything, be very careful about FOMOing into this. The people that are getting rewarded right now are those people that just bought and saw no real gains for a long time. So be very, very careful if you guys are just hopping in right now as far as XRP. It just does not look the best at this point. For those of you guys who want to FOMO, week after week after week, really good moves. Right now, still doing fantastic. But I mean, we are getting close to that level of resistance. We're getting very, very close. And you can see there was opportunities for breakouts if you wanted to buy. But again, those breakouts have already happened. You know, you'd have to wait for another consolidation. And who wants to buy a breakout on the consolidation right before a massive level of resistance? You know, that can be a little bit rough here. It can be a little bit rough. On the other side of the market here, guys, I'm just going to break down oil very fast because we've been talking about this for a minute. I know I told you guys I've been scaling out of my oil and stuff like that. Oil is at a pretty good low here. It's the lowest it's been since about, what, May of 2023. Back then, it was like November of 2021, right? We may see oil actually have a breakdown here over the next few months because Trump has said he wants to drill, baby, drill. If there's so much extra oil in the market, that will make prices go lower. I'm sure oil companies will love that. love drilling more and making more money because there's more volume, of course. But you should see oil prices continue to come down. If we do have a sizable breakdown, I'm actually curious to see what will happen from the Saudis, if they will actually start to cut their output, or what are they going to try to do here, because they do not want the price to really fall down below that like $65 level. If it does, they are going to be hurting a lot more than us, because of course we have more than just oil. But keeping a close eye on that. Some of my other positions, I haven't really talked to you guys about them at all in a while. Mostly because, again, you just kind of buy and hold them, right? Things like Nvidia, still going high, still doing fine. This is a weekly chart here. I'm pretty much all scaled out of this. I know I should probably hold on a little bit longer, but like when you experience a run like this, and again, I was starting to buy some of this way back over here, and not because I knew it was going to have an AI boom. It was just a cheap tech play, and any tech company you want to buy, because this way is going to be very, very cheap. Let's see. Now we have ZOM, ExxonMobil. Somehow this sucker's still making some really good moves. I sold out of this, not all of it, but I sold like 40% of it out. Somehow, because I thought I saw oil going down, I was like, yeah, I probably shouldn't own this. It's still doing fantastic. Why? I've tried to learn why. I think because they're doing more than just oil right now, and they're going into a few different other sectors, and that seems to be making them money, which is interesting. Everything else that I have as far as oil, it's not doing as hot. So that's why I sold off more of these, Philip Morris, I think I'm about to sell this off here fairly soon. I told you guys about this like way back over here. And the reasoning was, when people feel the economy is bad, they typically become smokers. And who profits off of smoking? Philip Morris. Don't know why. But yeah, it's always kind of a weird thing. Don't know why. I don't know why. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's like an obvious reason there, but like the actual reason why so many companies decide to pour their earnings in here. OXY down, even Meta's been having, some issues as far as I'm concerned. It hasn't seen the growth I want to see it have. So again, a lot of stuff going on here. Overall, my positions are doing pretty well. But man, if I'm not, I've been scaling out of the stock market way faster than I thought I would. I'm hoping for something of a larger drop, and then maybe I'll get back into the market. But I feel like this market is just so overbought. We're going to have to cool off for a little bit. Maybe until taxes come around, they get the tax cuts again. All right. Before I start talking to you guys and answering questions for the next few minutes, Bitcoin is coming down. It is breaking down below a small level of support it had back over here on 96,700. We did break out for a second, but again, you want to see this close on the daily chart. And a couple things. You don't buy breakouts if the daily chart is still bearish on the MACD. It is still bearish on the MACD, so just be careful of those. It usually doesn't work out the way you want it to. The 4-hour chart, bullish, fine, but it may turn over here sometime at the end of the night, again, causing a breakdown where we see it come down and hopefully make a higher low, then break out sometime the weekend, or come down here to support and then break out sometime Monday, Tuesday. Either way, I'm pretty confident that Bitcoin's going to break out, and that's how I have my trades set up. But because I'm mostly doing dollar cost averaging and long-term holding, and I've already closed a lot of my swing trades back over here, not up here, unfortunately. Well, I guess no, one of my price targets was $98,000. That's why I showed you guys that corners page a while ago. No, hold on. Loki. Okay, good. Sorry. Loki was having a little bit of a nightmare. I don't like him. He's whimpering and stuff. I'm like, oh, I better wake him up. But either way, both of those are good for me. I do have stop losses in place and things like that. But for the most part, I'm thinking of opening short-term swing trades here or here, if that makes sense. I'm not really looking to open up any trades right now because, again, I felt like I've seen this so many times, and I just don't want to fall into a potential trap where I buy, then I have to wait for it to come 10, 15, 20% with leverage, and then I see that larger move. So I'm waiting to see how that's going to happen here. All right, let's go back over here very fast. Let's get rid of all this crapola. Then I just have to take a sip of tea very fast, and we'll be good to go for a nice little chat. This isn't accurate, by the way. This needs to be here. Did we already break down technically? Oh yeah, we did break down technically. Yeah. Oh well, you can see Bitcoin coming down a little bit. So let me take a sip of tea here. Ooh. I got myself some tea from that tea shop I haven't been to in a long time. I got myself some Moroccan mint, but because I was setting everything up for the stream, I basically I let it steep for too long, so it became bitter, which sucks because I timed the tea to be exactly 175 degrees, poured it in there, but instead of like being there for like 2-3 minutes, I was in there for like 8 minutes, and it just tastes like shit now. It's okay. And hey, Sea Viper, happy to see you back. Pepe, yeah, I can do a Pepe for you very fast. Let me see. Pepe has been interesting. It's been one of those things I've been dollar cost averaging, and it just took off because of some good amount of news. This thing is launched above all the Fibonacci levels that we have. It's been good. The next Fibonacci level is like at 0.000275. It's been doing fantastic. However, look on the daily chart here. The MACD has been bearish here for a minute. I'm not so concerned about this, to be honest, but what I am hoping for is that we can have some type of breakout like that. If we can ever break out there, I'd be more confident to start accumulating more of it again and waiting for another big pop down the road. You can see it's been trying to hold above the 20-day moving average. I'm not buying it now because, again, I think Bitcoin may have an opportunity to drop a little over the next couple days, and I'm going to try to buy it in the next 1 to 2 days. From there, I'm going to see if it breaks out, of course, with Bitcoin breaking out, and then I think it'll have a really good move, and that move could probably make it go to another batch of all-time highs here. On the weekly chart, everything looks freaking fantastic. Oh, so that's 12-day chart. On the weekly chart, everything looks absolutely fantastic, but we're just in this ugly consolidation here, and again, back during previous bull markets, this has had some really bad consolidation levels as well. And you know what I can say here? I mean, this is back in 2024, right? So we don't really have 2021 type of data here. But man, it's really popping off well right now, really, really well. I would just say for now, you can almost see that same exact high or low situation we have with Bitcoin. I'm just pumping the brakes a little bit, but I'm allowed to pump the brakes because I already own a lot of this. I think, is it on weeks? I forget if it's on weeks or another position here. If you get out of here. I hate that exchanges do this. I don't like pop-ups. I don't like pop-ups at all. Yeah, Pepe. Right, I have it. My stop loss did hit here, I'm pretty sure, for a portion of the trade. Did it? Yeah, we took a little bit of profit off the table, but it's still up 1,000%. We're doing okay. I'm hoping that it does have that breakout here. But yeah, I mean, it dipped and hit that stop loss. I'm pissed, actually. I probably should just not had it in the first place, but rules are rules to lock in profit. But yeah, I mean, we bought this way back over here. I think I bought it as it was pumping up here on the 29th. It went up and then went down, and then it went really up. So sometimes it's just a little bit of luck of the time here. But again, it is getting rejected off of this resistance level we're seeing. It is coming down a little bit more. Hopefully Bitcoin's able to stay strong here, but at this point in time, you can see Bitcoin getting pushed down because I think a lot of people have that similar type of idea that says, hey, Bitcoin may come down for a couple more days, then everybody buys at that point, and then we go boom. Paul is still dragging his feet, so dumb from it. Yeah, I would say give it time. Hopefully it'll be good like other type of tokens. I had a friend, I didn't do this because I got enough capital to kind of move around, but he ended up selling like 25% of his pole for a loss and moved it over to something else. I think it was Crow with Knife is what he moved it over to. So I'm curious to see how that will work out for him. I own Crow with Knife. I do. I like it. But man, those smaller market caps are just volatile, so I don't even look at those portfolios ever. NK Cap, Mike, that descending wedge looks hella bullish to DC at the potential bottom here is likely the smart move. Oh yeah, that's exactly what I've been saying right there, right? Let's see. How do you expect a dip before the gains on meme coins? Oh, hey, do you expect? Every token has its own technicals. For me, yeah, I'm dollar cost averaging sometime on Saturday or Sunday. That's when I'm going to go buy in a lot of these meme coins. Remember, I already have positions in these things. I'm just adding more because I feel like they're going to pop again here. And it almost feels like we're entering into altcoin season now, which is just getting into this weird environment. Because again, we really have no idea how high Bitcoin will go. But it feels like Bitcoin's just long consolidations, massive breakout. We may end up going for like a Q1 consolidation here that lasts like 2-3 more months. You never know, right? This whole cycle has just been such a mind fuck, if you ask me. You know, it's just been different. Let's see. Take a look at Sheeb. Sheeb essentially follows Doge with slightly larger gains in relative Bitcoin moments. Kinda. So, you know, look at Dogecoin's chart here very fast. This is the monthly chart, right? You can see those big moves that happen and how we just had that major spike. What I liked about Sheeb and why I still hold Sheeb is Sheeb did something a little bit different, right? It actually was very, very boring for quite a bit of time here, right? It didn't have its first move until October of 2021. If I pull up Bitcoin here, October of 2021 was... right up here, this move. It didn't do squat over here. It did all that good movement right there, which is a little bit different than some of the other tokens out there because I think Dogecoin back in October 2021. Yeah, this is April of 2021. Dogecoin in October of 2021? That's way over here. Whole different thing, a whole different thing. So they do have some similarities, but I think they're just core, they got some differences there. But primarily, I just like to buy and hold Sheep. Now, as far as Sheep is concerned here, boop-a-doo. So far on the weekly chart, we've been moving up okay. We've been struggling for the past like a month. 1 week, 2 weeks, 3.5 weeks, 3 weeks, you know. We've been struggling with that. No, it's almost the 4th week. Yeah, about a month with this level of resistance right here. We have not had a massive breakdown. We've been doing okay. We still have these higher lows working in our benefit. This is basically just turning into another large accumulations zone where you're hoping that, again, if Bitcoin manages to break out to $100,000, what you're going to see is a big pop here that makes Sheep go to potentially all-time highs, or at least to previous highs. I think Sheep could obviously make a big run of it. The weird thing about Sheep is, just like with a few tokens this cycle, they went all the way back down to their 2021 levels. Most tokens did not go back down to those really low levels in the past. If you pull out something like Ethereum, right? I know the log isn't on here, but right? They didn't come all the way back down to here in 2021, or excuse me, 2020, excuse me. 2021, kind of went close enough, I would say. January, close enough. Solana, again, 2020s, 2021 over here, never went back down that far. Dogecoin, I mean, definitely didn't go down that far. What other tokens are out there, though? Arbitrum Ape. XRP didn't, maybe the 2021s. January, I guess. Yeah, close enough. Some did, most did not, as far as no, probably most did because they're all like shit tokens, a lot of them. But you get my point there. Where's Sheep right now? There you go. But what I see right now, I'd probably just put a Fibonacci level on here and see if anything's been sticking as of late. A little bit of resistance right here. Is this a weekly thing? Yeah, it's a weekly thing. Next level of resistance is 403282. After that, all the way up here around last 4 digits of 4454. To me, that matches up more with this high that we saw back in March. I'd probably see that's going to be the next level of resistance, but I would probably expect it to break out, then start heading back up here towards 6115. But I'm pretty bullish on Sheep. It's just, for me, it's always been something you dollar cost average, and then you just kind of wait for it to have that big boom. Because even here, it wasn't doing roll anything until all of a sudden, boom, just like that. 2 weeks going crazy. Within a few months, everything was lost. All right, so when it's having those big booms, you usually want to sell in the first, within that first month period. Again, 1 week, 2 week, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. If you saw any one of those candles, you're good to go. Excuse me. And put that down a little bit more. What do you think about Tau? Tau is something I usually just buy and hold for the long term. I think it's still fairly bullish. I just think it needs some type of catalyst besides just the overall market moving. When Tau wants to run, it can be fantastic. So I think it's good enough to just dollar cost average, but I haven't really had much luck day trading it, and I don't know why. I've tried a few times, and it moves a little bit more unpredictable in my eyes than what I like to see. You know, it's not following Bitcoin, so Bitcoin's bullish, I want it to be bullish, that type of stuff. Kind of reminds me of Tron a little bit, actually. Tron is next to pop. I mean, that could be pretty good too. And hey, Tim, happy to see you, my man. Sent you an email important for this week. I will look at the email sometime tonight when I'm at the cigar lounge. I actually got to leave in a little bit to go say hi to a friend. I'm gonna make sure I actually know what time I'm gonna go. There you go. I still gotta take a shower for tonight. Funny enough, if I take a shower before going to the cigar lounge, knowing that I'm gonna come back smelling like cigars, I'm gonna have to take another shower when I get back home. But that's okay. Any thoughts on Sologenic? I have no idea what that is at all. Sologenic, I have no idea. Small market cap, which is nice. A little expensive as far as pennies for having that small of a market cap, but you know, I'd take it. It's fine. Time for some bitter tea. Sologenic DEX, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, and more. All right. The leading ecosystem built on the XRPL. So it's also like an exchange here. Down 17% so far today. Wow. Talk about volatile. Must be going up and down quite a bit with those low market caps. Huge tits. Damn, these names are crazy. Okay. Trade, let me see. Okay, let's get the truck out of here. Oh, this is their token. Okay, I got it. Bro, let me. Bitcoin USDC. I don't like it. If it's taking this long for this type of shit, I don't like it. It's new. It looks like it's a little bit more buggy. Tokens, I mean, certain aspects of the website seem to be fine, but you can see that they probably don't have the right servers for this. They need to update them. NFTs. Yeah, I'd say it's definitely more of a YOLO type of play right now. The rating is 3.2 out of 5. I can understand if you go to the website here. How's the X account looking? 182,000 followers. Nobody I'm following follows them. That's interesting. I follow a lot of, you know, influencers. They have a video they posted November. Sologenic and Texture are launching Solotex, the future of tokenized equities in the United States. Thanks to Core Nest VC for enabling this through their investment in Texture Capital, a US-based broker deal. Fintech retreat. These types of fintech retreats always kind of scare me, because the environment just always feels so cold. But I mean, I guess you could get, if you get a good deal on a stage, you got to take it. But yeah, more mixed feelings about it. I think it's so technically okay to buy it. It's just that you're buying it knowing they need improvement, so you're trying to just capitalize on a low market cap and kind of riding it if it does become popular and more mainstream over time. Which again, isn't a terrible idea. I mean, I did that with BitGet back in the day. People seem to forget BitGet wasn't, it wasn't always massive. That's why we bought BitGet at 6 cents back in 2021. We bought it for my birthday on September 29th, I believe, 2021. And that sucker went from 6 cents all the way up to like $1.15. You know what I mean? So like, you can have some really good moves there, but you typically have to wait a while. And if you can wait a while, it's fine, but it's somewhere I'd park my money for like a long-term investment, not necessarily just a week or 2 week long investment with those types of plays. If you want to go for a short-term play, just try to match it up with Bitcoin, but it seems like it's already down 16% today, which means it probably had a really big move earlier this week, and it's just like releasing some of that pent-up steam, right, from everybody going crazy. Doge on Mars will be the biggest comeback sleeper of all time when Elon lands on Mars. I'm hoping so, because that's a bag of mine, and I really like that bag to be popped to the moon. Not even to the moon. I'd love that bag to go to Mars. I hear you, Mr. Cigar Lounge. I know, right? I'm super excited to go to the lounge tonight. I gotta say hi to a friend beforehand. Apparently, the lounge after Thanksgiving is always incredibly packed. So I was supposed to get there early, but I'm already too late for that because it's 6 o'clock, and 6 o'clock's where there's like a big party coming in. If I show up around 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock, I'll be fine. My big thing is if I got there right now at 6 o'clock, I'm not gonna leave until 2 o'clock in the morning. 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1. That's 8 hours at the freaking cigar lounge. That's too much. I like to spend 4 hours or 5 hours max, and that's max, right? That 8 hours. Oh God, I mean that's a full work day right there. And I can't leave Loki around that long. I mean, I could, but I don't want to leave him. You've been dollar cost averaging into Nvidia. I bought some January calls on MicroStrategy, but I'm slightly in the profit, but I'm holding out for Bitcoin to pump and break 100K. Yeah, that'll be pretty nice. I just made that. You guys know I've been making those videos here for you guys last few days. I'm figuring out how to work them. You guys know I'm not the best as far as making YouTube videos that go viral and stuff. Oh, hold on one second, guys. My little sister is calling. I just gotta make sure she's okay. She's driving up back to school. Okay, she's good. She made it back to her place up north, which is good. It's like a 3-4 hour drive with post Thanksgiving Day traffic. Yeah, Bitcoin's been doing good. Go. Yeah, I'm hoping, Bryce, I'm hoping that we do see a good move here, but it's gonna be a pain. Oh, but as far as I was talking about right here, I'm still putting out new videos. I'm trying to figure out the best way to do them, because the first one I did got 16,000 views. The next one had 500 views, then 300 views, and 300 views, and maybe this will get more since it's only 4 hours long and it already has 300 views. But I'm still getting used to this. So, but I think this is the new video, so I'm gonna go for, because I can try to put out 2 of these videos a day, which I think is the best way to go about this. So we're gonna see if that works out. Also, this is just something of like a warning to you guys. Oh, did I have a messed up link? Maybe because I haven't updated it in a while. That's one of my friends who does taxidermy. How do you search? Yeah, so there's this guy, Michael of Seattle's. He is pretending to be me. He is taking old photos that I have, and he's basically just, I guess, reaching out to other people that follow me and telling them they can make a lot of money, right? And he took a photo and botted it because I don't have a lot of people on Instagram that follow me. I don't use Instagram all too much. But this guy, if you guys can report him, I'd appreciate it. He's basically taking my stuff, my photos, uploading them, right? That's me with Scott Page. Or here's me with BitBoy back in like 20, look at the freaking time difference. This is me with BitBoy back in 2021, right? Pre-meltdown. Me now here, right? But yeah, it's just, he's using my stuff. And he has my YouTube channel like correctly going to my YouTube channel, I think. Yeah. Right? But yeah, be forewarned if you guys use Instagram. This guy's trying to take your money. I reported him myself, but I guess one report doesn't mean shit to Instagram, even though it's coming from my account, and I'm the one that have the photos on it. But yeah, I don't like social media fucking companies. I fucking hate them. For that type of stuff. But just as a heads up, that guy is on Instagram. Somebody reported it to me today, and I was like, oh, should I better let you guys know? A little bit of an update, right? Is getting 100k WXT now for the lower fees on weeks a good idea, or should I wait? If you can afford it, yes. If you can't, no. I mean, for me, when I have those types of deals, I usually take advantage of them, but I'm anticipating holding them for just as long as the bull market still remains pretty good. So if you were to go over and like, let me just pull up the WXT token, not WXY. That's a YRX. Do they not have it on here? I don't think it's on there. Yeah, I don't think it's on. I think it's on the spot account. There it is. Right, it's kind of at a high point right now. The market's kind of heating up. I've owned this for a freaking minute here. Which account? It's on my, which one is it? This is, yeah. So this is my Gmail account. I have one that has, I think like it was $3,000 worth a couple months ago when I first started working with them. But that was on my Whitman and Analysis email. That's my work email that I use for sponsors and stuff like that. But it continues to go higher. Maybe you can wait for a dip. When I first started bringing this to you guys, I don't remember the first time I had a video with them. It was a long time ago. Well, you know what? I probably made a tutorial for them. I maybe made a tutorial for them. Weeks exchange 3 months ago, right? 3 months ago. So what is that? A monthly chart. That's back over here, right? Back over here. So it's back at 11 cents. Now it's at, 0.011. Now it's at 0.017. How much has it moved up since I guess I got it? Like 45%. It's not like gone parabolic, but the market cap's still relatively small. So I think it's okay to get into. But as you get the benefits of the fees, right? Don't forget that if you ever feel like the token itself isn't going in your direction, just sell it. And then you can take the profits off of it, and then you can go back to paying higher fees because again, you don't want to take a loss on this token. So, but I mean, again, it's already going pretty high. Funny enough, I took part of my original payment from them and their token, so I could just keep it because I know new exchanges usually do really well. No dip pump. Dogecoin to the moon. Hey, Hoot Johnson, happy to see you. Let's see. Who would ever think that Mighty Michael would ever message common folk peons like us? People typically believe it, and I don't know why, guys. I don't know why. Like, I don't message people at all. I mean, like, I could have a message on Discord that says, I will never DM you directly. I will never DM you directly, right? But then the spammer will have that same message and then still reach out to you, and then you still say hi. Not you guys specifically, but just people in general. Again, I know a lot of influencers. We all deal with this type of stuff, but there's only so much we can do. I mean, thank God I'm not the size of like a Crypto Wendy or a you know, a BitBoy, whatever, BitBoy X, whatever his new name is, you know, the scams are so crazy. I'm actually going to get rid of one of my Telegram channels here pretty soon, because there's one where I allowed you guys to talk about stuff. Nobody really uses it, but I allowed you guys to talk. And there's one where I just kind of post messages, and it's kind of like a board where only I can message. I think that's better because nobody can spam it. People have been spamming it left and right. The other one where people can talk, I'm just like, I'm getting so fucking fed up with moderating shit. I hate moderating stuff. It drives me nuts. That's why nowadays, in order to just talk on the stream, you guys have to be subscribed, because at least that adds a little bit of a barrier. You guys remember, before I did it like a few months ago, you know, the spammers are coming here. I need this, I need that, I need that. You know, I'm like, get the fuck out of here. What do you think about Terra Luna? I typically avoid it because it was a dumpster fire back in the day. It is a very fun YOLO coin. If you want to buy it, it's the same thing as gambling, but you can have a good time buying it. But right now, you know, it's better just to dollar cost average that sucker, unless you're hoping for something massive over the next month or so. Michael Saylor about to break the world. Oh yeah, he's pissing off a lot of people. A lot of the old guard is being very pissed off by him. And hey, Waldo, dang, I missed most of the stream. Don't worry. I mean, you can rewatch it, but I'm going to try to go live tomorrow. I've been trying to take the weekends off, but I've been doing a horrible fucking job of it. But I'm going to stream tomorrow because I think this week it's going to be important. And the big thing is here, we are expecting a move down with Bitcoin here. So I'm waiting to see how low of a move this is. I probably will start dollar cost averaging more into some of these positions tomorrow morning, depending on what I see. And then kind of extend it out, maybe one buy in every 6 to 12 hours, depending on how I like what I see on each of these tokens, and then just kind of wait, right? A lot of these tokens I've already taken off some profits. You know, I'm going to try to buy more tokens at a lower price, and then wait for that next round here, next wave. It's going to be kind of a scary time for a lot of people, I think, but again, if you've been, you know, riding the wave, I think you guys have been doing just okay. All right. I saw someone impersonating you, Mike. I mean, there's always somebody doing. That's the thing. As long as I've been here, there's always been people impersonating me. Remember, there used to be the thing where if you guys weren't on a video of mine, and you guys read the comments, and you guys said like, "Hey, Michael, I appreciate the video," or something like that, right? Well, what would happen is, right? Larry said Kramer is bullish on crypto, not major bearish time. There'd be a person that pretended to be me underneath saying, "Hey, I loved your message. Reach out to me, and I can help you make a lot of money." You know, like, there's just so much, and it just kills me on the inside because there's only so much I can do for it. Like, if you go over here and let me pull up this channel stuff in the background here. Settings, community. Here it is. These are all the blocked words I have for the channel, right? And these are all different things that have been, I see, and I try to fix them, like telegrams, thank you. Anytime there's a new word, I try to add. I try to do it once a week, and there's always like one little new word that comes over. Because, you know, usually it's like a botted attack and it lasts for about a week to 2 weeks. If you can kind of get around that a little bit with a little bit extra work on my part, I try to do it. But yeah, it's just, it's just so chaotic. It's so freaking chaotic. But yeah, that's kind of how I feel about the market right now. No UFO this weekend? Ah, there you go. All right, but everybody, I'm gonna call it a night here. I have to take a shower and get ready to go out here to the lounge. Let me say goodbye with Loki very fast. I'll be able to stream a little bit longer here tomorrow. Today I just had bad timing because I've been so busy with getting my sister out of the house today. My sister decided to make dessert at my house, so my house is like completely trashed with like pots and pans and baking equipment and stuff. She didn't even bother like to put the seasonings back up or any of that type of crap. So yeah, I've been cleaning all day. It's been rough because I don't have my cleaning lady until Tuesday. But here, say goodnight to